You've climbed the ladder, earned the accolades, and yet a voice whispers you're a fraud. You're not alone. 70% of people experience this silent epidemic. Welcome to the Thought Lab. Imagine standing at the pinnacle of your career, surrounded by accolades and promotions. Instead of triumph, you're consumed by a gnawing dread. The certainty that at any moment, someone will discover you are a fraud. This is imposter syndrome, a psychological phenomenon where high-achieving individuals cannot internalize their accomplishments. First identified by psychologists Pauline Clance and Susan Imes in 1978, it was initially thought to affect only high-achieving women. Their study revealed a pattern where women attributed success to luck or effort, not ability. Decades later, research shows this cognitive distortion cuts across gender, race, and profession. It's not a clinical diagnosis, but a pervasive pattern of self-doubt that affects an estimated 70% of people at some point in their lives. It's the silent epidemic hiding behind every success story. At its core, imposter syndrome is a mismatch between internal self-perception and external reality. It has three hallmark features: the cycle of anxiety and overwork, the need to be the best, and the fear of evaluation. When faced with a new task, imposters respond with intense anxiety, triggering overpreparation or procrastination. If they succeed through overwork, they credit effort, not ability. If they succeed despite procrastination, they credit luck. Either way, the cycle reinforces the belief they are a fraud. They set impossibly high standards, believing they must excel in every role. Any mistake, however minor, becomes proof of incompetence. They live in constant fear of being found out, dismissing praise as misinformed. The Clance Imposter Phenomenon Scale, a 20-item questionnaire, remains the most widely used tool to measure this phenomenon across populations. While early research focused on women, a landmark meta-analysis by Bravata and colleagues in 2020 shattered that stereotype. Reviewing 62 studies with over 14,000 participants, they found no significant difference in prevalence between men and women. However, imposter syndrome was significantly more common among racial and ethnic minorities, Black, Asian, and Hispanic individuals in academic and professional settings. Systemic factors like stereotype threat, microaggressions, and lack of representation amplify the feeling of being an outsider. The phenomenon isn't confined to corporate boardrooms. It's rampant in academia, where graduate students and early career faculty report rates as high as 70 to 80%. It's also prevalent in creative fields, medicine, and technology. The common thread isn't lack of competence, but a context that emphasizes high achievement, evaluation, and belonging. Why do intelligent, capable people persist in believing they're frauds? The answer lies in a complex interplay of cognitive biases, personality traits, and environmental factors. Imposter syndrome is fueled by the Dunning-Kruger effect, a bias where low-ability individuals overestimate their competence, while high-ability individuals underestimate theirs. While often conflated, imposter syndrome is an emotionally charged attributional style. Imposters make an internal-external attribution error. They credit success to external factors like luck and failure to internal factors like lack of intelligence. This is the opposite of a healthy self-serving bias. Research also links imposter syndrome to neuroticism, a tendency toward anxiety and self-doubt, and paradoxically, high conscientiousness driven by overcompensation. Family dynamics play a role too, with early messages about achievement shaping these patterns. Imposter syndrome creates a self-perpetuating cycle that's hard to break. It begins with a new challenge, triggering anxiety and self-doubt. You respond by either overpreparing, working obsessively to avoid exposure, or procrastinating, delaying out of fear. If you succeed through overwork, you attribute it to effort, not ability. If you succeed despite procrastination, you attribute it to luck. In both cases, you never internalize success. This cycle reinforces the belief that you're a fraud, and the next challenge brings even more anxiety. Over time, this pattern can lead to burnout, depression, and missed opportunities. The key insight is that the cycle is driven by flawed thinking, not actual incompetence. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward breaking free from it. Overcoming imposter syndrome requires shifting your internal narrative. Start by tracking your achievements and attributing success to your skills, not luck. Reframe failure as a learning opportunity, not proof of incompetence. Seek mentorship and share your feelings. You'll often find others feel the same way. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. Challenge perfectionism by setting realistic standards and celebrating progress, not perfection. Research shows that cognitive behavioral techniques like reframing negative thoughts can reduce imposter feelings. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate self-doubt entirely, it's to prevent it from controlling your life. You earned your place, and your success is valid. The voice of the imposter is just that, a voice, not the truth. Imposter syndrome doesn't define your worth, your achievements do. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear they belong.